Well, hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 108 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about and continuing to talk about for the entire month of April, our spiritual health, our spiritual well-being with respect to our spiritual goals and objectives. What is it in our life with respect to the life framework area of spirituality that we want to achieve in our lifetime? And not in our lifetime necessarily, but this year as part of the annual challenge. Each month we are focusing on, not all the months of the year because there's only 9 areas and aspects in the life framework that I currently use, but we're focusing on one of those life framework areas. We did emotional in February, mental in March, mental well-being and health, spiritual well-being and health this month. Next month we'll do physical, and we'll go through the rest of the areas as we go through the month. Today's topic is our soul and our spirit and the impact it has on achieving our spiritual goals, helping us to achieve our spiritual goals. Now, our soul, both our soul and our spirit are considered non-physical parts of us as human beings. Our soul is the part that's the essence of who we are, that's considered to be immortal. It includes our thoughts, our feelings, our consciousness is all considered, our consciousness, our thoughts, and our feelings are all part of our soul. It's considered to be immortal. So after we die, pass away, transition, whatever you call it, many religions and many spiritual groups believe that our soul continues on. I personally am one of those that believe that to be true as well. Now, our spirit, on the other hand, although also another non-physical part of us, oh, that was terrible. That was just my pen and pencil box that just fell off the table. Guess what? Stuff happens. Apparently, I'm supposed to clean that up. So our spirit is the essence of who we are in terms of our energy and our vitality. Our vitality and energy is our spirit. Our soul is our consciousness, thoughts, and feelings. Our spirit is the energy and the vitality. It inspires action or it prevents us from acting, right? If we're low energy, we're probably not taking a lot of action. So what does this have to do with figuring out, and how does it impact our spiritual goals? Number one, it helps us to find and identify our purpose. Our soul, which is our thoughts and feelings and consciousness, as well as the energy we bring to things, our spirit and our vitality, together, they help us to identify our purpose. If we find something that lights us on fire and makes us feel awesome, that's obviously something that we are going to pursue and look into further. Number two, it helps us to overcome obstacles, face challenges, deal with problems, and find solutions and move forward in our life. Number three, it helps us connect with our higher power, right? If we're truly immortal beings, and depending on what you believe, it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not, there is something that connects all of us as human beings. Number four, it fosters inner peace. When we become more self-aware and get to know ourselves better, we feel more at peace, more confident, more secure in who we actually are. And finally, number five, it helps us to achieve spiritual growth, personal development, and things in that area and aspect. So how do we connect to our soul? What are some ways that we connect to our soul or our spirit in order to achieve our spiritual goals? Number one, we practice meditation. We've talked about all these before several times, not only in the area of spirituality, but in the area of our mental health and well-being, as well as our emotional health and well-being. Why? Because everything is connected. We are not just one thing as human beings. We are very complicated, multifaceted beings. So practice meditation is a good one. Cultivate self-awareness. The more we are aware of the things that we like and don't like, the things that impact us in a positive and negative way, the better able and equipped we are to act and make choices and decisions that are in our own best interest. Number three, we follow our passion. You follow your passion and things that make you feel good and light you up in order to create the life that you want. Number four, spend time in nature. One of my favorite things to do, of course, because why? Nature shows us how everything is connected and how abundant the world is, and all the things that we can be grateful for, even if we're having a tough time in life. And finally, five, engage in some sort of spiritual practice. Now, spiritual practice to you might be you read and grow as a human being, or you just read or follow your passion in different areas and aspects of your life. It might be you belong to some kind of a group or community that makes you feel good. So what are we going to do with this today? What's our action item? We're going to do one thing today that, excuse me, helps us connect to our soul. that non-physical part of us that really impacts everything that we're usually not consciously aware of. So we're going to do one thing. Maybe it's, and then we're going to share what we did. I already meditated today, so I've done one thing, but I'm going to commit right now that I'm going to go for a walk in nature. The snow finally melted, and we've got lots of flooding, so it's fun to go walk around and see all the flooding. Not that I like to see carnage, but it's really interesting, the power of nature. And we had a very snowy year this year, so there already is tons of flooding. My mother-in-law and I drove around yesterday. She drove, I don't drive, and we saw some of the flooding. It's just unbelievable. So that's it. Action item. Do one thing today to connect to your soul or connect to your spirit, whichever. To me, they're so interlinked and interconnected that it's hard to think of them as separate things, but they are according to the internet. So if I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, have an absolutely stellar and fantastic day. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow for our next episode of the Get Your Goals Annual Challenge. Do something today to help get what you want. Have a great day. Bye.